Hello and welcome to Section Review. In this video, we are going to review what you have done in this last chapter in the gas station chapter. If we look at this project, this is the user-controlled wallets. That's the first project that we worked with. You need to only just change one thing in this. So if we go to the source, and under source we have the app, and under app we have the API. What we want to change is this initialize user, and under this we have root.js. And as you can see, we are actually making a call, and for this call we have the data section giving these information, but we are not giving one information, and it is this information. If you don't give this information by default, it is like this. So that's why we had an external owned account once we created our user controlled wallet, because we didn't specify this, and by default we got externally owned account. Now I'm going to save this. Now let's run this. I'm going to say, oops, not node, but npm run dev. Now let's check it on the website. Now this is the website, and what we need to do is we need to create a new user and acquire new session tokens like the user token and the encryption key. And finally, we are going to get the challenge ID. Go ahead and say create new user. And here you are going to create a new user and copy this and save this to your .env.local file like you did the first time. Go here and get user credentials and also save these to your .env.local. And finally, you are going to get the challenge ID. And for that, you need to put your user token and everything that you gathered so far so that it can give you the challenge ID. What you need is, again, an app ID, user ID, user token, encryption key, and a challenge ID like before. But our app ID will be the same, our API key will be the same, so you are just going to create a new user with a smart contract account. And once you finish all these and you have the challenge ID too, and you updated your environment file, you will click here just as you did before, and you are going to fill this information. Here you have the app ID, which will be the same, user token or session token. We have the encryption key and the challenge ID. And once you say verify challenge, like the time before, you are going to set your password and your questions. If you forget your password, your recovery questions, and then you will have your wallet. If we go to the website of Circle, here you will find under user controlled, you have users. And again, as you can see, there are some unset enabled users. So what you need is your user need to be enabled. Pin state and the security question state should be enabled, and that's how users can actually have their wallets, and that's why we have the challenge ID. With the challenge ID, they can set these and their status can be enabled, and that's how you can see your new user. If I click on this user, as you can see, this is a smart contract account. Under the account type, I have SCA. Once I'm able to get these, then I can check the wallet status. Once you get these, then you are going to follow the steps that you followed in the last section, where you are going to get the wallet status, wallet balance, and initiate transaction. Now, if you look at this project that you did in the last section of this course before gas station, we have a couple of things. First, our API key and app ID will be the same. Our user ID will be the ID of the new user. Wallet ID will be the ID of the user's wallet, and address will be the address of user's wallet. And USDC token ID will stay the same. So what we need to have is this user ID, wallet ID, and address. Now, here, if I say npm run check wallet status, then as you can see, we have our wallet status. I have my wallet ID here. I have the state, which is live. I have my user ID. I have the address. This is the address of the wallet. So this ID will be the wallet ID here, and the address will be the address here. And now we have all the necessary information: API key, app ID, user ID, wallet ID, address, and USDC token ID. Just notice that account type is smart contract account and the blockchain is the same. Now, if I go ahead and say npm run check wallet balance, as you can see, I have 10 here and I have 0 here, which is the native token, Matic. Again, this is the USDC. So it's same as the before. Now, if I say npm run initiate transaction, then it's going to initiate the transaction for me. Here, it is going to provide me a user token, and it's going to provide me an encryption key. And as you can see, also the challenge ID. So user token, encryption key, and challenge ID. You are going to copy these from here, and you are going to use them in here in our user controlled wallet in this website. So app ID will be the same as we discussed. And what you acquired is the user token, encryption key, and challenge ID. So you are going to put them here as the user token, encryption key, and challenge ID, and you are going to verify challenge. So you verify challenge twice, because the first time as a developer, we created the challenge ID, which will help user to solve the challenge, and user will have their wallet. And we played the role of the user. We verified the challenge by putting our PIN code and also recovery questions. Then we had the wallet. Now, by putting this information, we are going to again say verify challenge, but this time not to create a wallet, but instead just putting our PIN code so that our transaction can go through, because this is a user controlled wallet, and at the end, whatever will be done need to be authorized by the user, and that's why we have this verify challenge. And every time it is going to be the same. So we are going to have the user token, encryption key, and challenge ID with the app ID. And once we put them here, we are going to say verify challenge, and voila, after user has successfully completed his or her challenge, then whatever operation is being made, like creating a wallet, making a transaction, or whatever it is, can be done, but not before it. As a developer, what we can do is we can have the challenge ID and we can present the challenge to user, but it's on user side to complete this challenge and finalize the transaction. We got the challenge ID, we got all this information, and we set the stage for the user, but it's user's job to verify this challenge. That's what we have learned. By default on the testnet with smart contract accounts, you don't need to set up anything for the gas station. But if you are using this for the production, not the testnet, but with the mainnet, then you are going to need more work on this, which you can find on the Circle documentation. Just play with the testnet for a while, be sure that what you are doing, and then go with the mainnet version. So, thank you very much for listening to me on this video and listening to me on this section. So far, you have learned a lot. You know how to create wallets, you know how to send tokens, you know how to send tokens with a gas station. Now, in the next chapter, we are going to look at developer-controlled wallets instead of user-controlled ones. See you there.